Go. Hi. Hello. Welcome to the Game Awards. We're at this. Welcome to E3. Welcome to E3. Today we got Minecraft.
That's icy, all right.
When was the last time you threw up from anxiety?
I've never done that before.
Yeah, me neither. That'd be
I've
weird.
thrown up one time in the past 10 years, and it was on Halloween of 2017.
Yeah.
I was dressed as a vampire.
Wait, that's the one time you threw up? Is that what you just said?
Only time I've thrown up in the past decade. Yeah, one time. It's a real achievement for me, I think.
My friend, you said it was at a party?
It was at a Halloween party at my friend's house in Uptown. I threw up on a balcony.
You threw up on the balcony or off the balcony?
It was gross.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, chunky.
My friend Pat says he's never thrown up from drinking. Okay, we could talk about. We could do this. We could do
Hey, Max.
The show. What was I gonna say? He can hear you if you just say hello.
I like to say it both times.
I had
He's worth it.
questions. I had
Okay.
questions on my phone, but I'm recording my video off my phone as a webcam, so I can't.
I'm
access
doing that
it.
as well. I think my video is a little bit delayed from my voice.
Is that for everybody?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
That's
So,
for me.
sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Huh.
I don't know.
Weird.
Huh.
How delayed? Like you
Seems
can hear
like
the
a few
Twitch stream?
seconds. Like I can see myself talking, and it's like there's like a 2 or 3 second delay.
Is that Dan Vaughn? Dan Vaughn?
That would be Dan Wagner.
Dan Wagner.
What's up, Dan
I'm
Wagner?
not delayed. I'm not delayed, so that's not a problem for me.
That's
I wonder
nice.
if. What if we.
Oh,
What about this? No, that's not gonna work. Wait, someone say something. Peter, say something. Nope.
How you doing? This is really
what's
weird.
up,
I don't like.
YouTube? My camera's frozen.
It's funny.
I don't like
I clicked on the Twitch
wearing
stream right when
headphones.
you froze. Well, Peter, but you look so cool. You look like a skater boy.
You can still hear me, right?
I'm just a skater boy. Yeah, can hear you.
All right. I was using my phone as my camera, and my phone died, even though it's plugged in.
Oh
So,
no.
Dan, are you still frozen?
Sorry.
Leave the call and we could just get you back.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Take a moment. Take a moment. Take a
I think
breather.
my phone overheated as a webcam.
Oh no.
I'm also frozen. We're all frozen.
So, you're not frozen.
I am on
I'm
the
not frozen.
Twitch stream.
No, you're both good.
Oh, I'm good. Also, I think the audio's not delayed anymore. Oh, we should delete System 32. Hey, what's up, gamers? Thanks for joining us. We're troubleshooting. That's what Television's all about. It's trying something new. Trying a video game. Try to be a video game. Just wake up every day and try to be the best video game you can be. That's what really matters.
Wake up. Wake up. Drag your nightcap across your face. Get up. Become a video game. You know, do the dang thing. Get out there. Be a person.
Shit.
Be a video game.
Fuck.
Shoot some aliens.
Shoot your shot,
We're
baby.
all good.
Life's just a
Shoot your
game.
I
shot.
believe
Boom.
You make a mistake, you get
Bop.
player number 2.
that
bop,
I'm
bang.
powerful enough to reach a solution.
Powerful.
Try.
You've reached
Yes.
Oh, he's okay.
a new level, a new power level. Droid can.
Droid cam. Wait, can you see my screen or something?
A little bit.
I don't know.
Hey, there you go.
You're back.
What's up?
What's up, gamers? Today on Television, we're going to be playing episode 2. But before we get into that, let's introduce our newest guest, our first guest of the Television Network live stream, wealthy relative, aka Dan Forkey. What's going on? Hey, round of applause.
Hey, what's up? Just gonna set up my camera quick.
Number one in Fortnite, number one in Halo ODST, and he is here today to talk to us about what it's like to be a Major League gamer. What was it like meeting Walshy?
I've never played Fortnite before.
All right. So we're going to move on to the animation portion of today's stream. So what do we got? What are we working with? We got Dan Forkey. We got Hellivision episode 2. Dan, this was your premiere in Hellivision episode 2. This is your first Hellivision premiere. Whoa, how does it feel?
That's right. It feels good. I mean, this was something that happened years ago, so.
No, describe your emotions around it. Describe, yeah.
Around Hellivision and being a part of Hellivision?
Yeah, the second episode specifically.
Second episode specifically was the one I made Fantasy Kitchen for. I just posted it on my Instagram, but it was kind of my first time trying to make like a quick short film of any kind in animation specifically, so that was cool. Yeah, I didn't really know what Hellivision was at the time. I saw the first episode, thought it was cool, and then through that experience submitting to the first episode, just sort of really enjoyed the community. I met a lot of people, and I like never found a platform or like any reasonable place to find animator friends. So
were you at Foolproof?
Yes, I was, yeah. For the first episode?
Yeah, how'd you hear about it?
I was there probably through Jake Helfcut.
Yeah.
Who's another pretty consistent contributor to Hellivision.
He sure is. And yeah, we see him twice in this next episode. I actually rewatched this episode just to get a refresher because it's a good one. It really is like a really good one. And
I love this episode.
Yeah, Dan, Fantasy Kitchen. The track is a banger. The vocals
slap.
I love that.
Appreciate that.
I'm trying to think of like, because I met you at that Nice Moves event because Jake knew you, and then I kind of just knew you from afar, and I think I really started to get to know you via. Oh no, because yeah, you came to Stout. Anyway, yeah, you'd been doing a lot of still imagery with 3D, and you started with cinema, right?
Yeah, picked it up. I studied graphic design in college, and they had like one animation class you could take at the whole university. So I took that, and the professor was like, C4D is a thing that you can use to make 3D things, and I just kind of picked it up and started playing around with it. And
yeah,
where'd you go to college?
The University of Minnesota, Twin Cities.
Dope.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? So was this like the first short you've done, or like it was the motivator, but this was like?
Yeah, I think so. Like up until then, I didn't know anything about character rigging or really animation at all. And I think like right when I made Fantasy Kitchen was when I discovered Mixamo. Was just like it's like an Adobe tool that makes it easy to just plug in random FBX animations and on whatever character you want. But
yeah, I really enjoyed like of all things to choose was the most anatomically rigid.
Oh, the skeleton, yeah. And you can tell I had no idea what I was doing because the ends of the model are like stretching around, like the top of the head is all messed up.
Oh, it's so good.
That like really added to the charm of the short. So
absolutely. So okay, so you made Hellivision, and then you started just doing a lot more. How many Hellivisions have you contributed to now?
I think all of them. Maybe I missed one in there somewhere, but
yeah.
I mean, I've contributed at least like, some of them are like 2-second little things, like really short, like 10-second things, because it'll be the Friday of the submission deadline, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just put something together quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I've hit everyone since I started on episode 2.
what's been your greatest achievement via television? Like which is there a
Uh,
specific short that sticks out to you that you enjoyed making the most, or do you feel
um,
like you accomplished the most?
yeah, I'd have to like think back. I should have prepared myself and looked through the past, but
Whatever, just whatever
I feel
comes to the
like
top of your
I
head.
mean, I'm honestly like super excited for the one that's on the upcoming episode. Very happy about how that turned out. I guess I don't want to like spoil the ep for anybody, but
Yeah.
I did one for the blessed portion. Aside from that, let me just like pull up my I have it on a folder here. I'm just gonna pull it up quick to see. I did one for I don't know what episode it was. Galaxy Juice. I don't
Oh,
know if
Galaxy
either of you
Juice
recall that.
actually
Yeah.
might be my favorite of your submissions because that
Oh,
track is just
thanks.
a fucking banger. I love
Oh
it so
yeah.
much.
I think that's a cool thing about television for me too, is it's like a place for me to just kind of play around and explore ideas. And I think that one specifically is a time in my, I guess, career making 3D stuff where I felt like I kind of had been finding some like breakthroughs visually and developing a style that I feel like feels like it's my own, you know?
Hmm.
Um, and I've sort of leaned into it since then.
Yeah,
So
style's
like,
a big part of like wealthy relative in general. Is there? I don't know. I kind of want to. I don't want to give the vague like what are your inspirations and whatever. But I guess like what what has kind of guided you there? I know it's like other people's work does this and that. I guess like what are you?
right.
I know the answer because we've talked a lot. But what would you say is like the kind of the guiding force and like the overall message and whatever you're trying to deliver with wealthy relative work, visual work, not your music.
Yeah.
Kind of the same.
I don't know if there's like a singular driving force or any sort of singular message that's really the intention. Um, I use it, I think, I don't know, in my head, I'm kind of slowly building up to like an expanded universe that my characters live in. And through that, I guess the goal is for me to, share my own experiences interpreted through that universe in ways that hopefully, like, I don't know, just um, deliver something that can affect someone in any way that they interpret it. That's a pretty open-ended answer, but
I feel like I
yeah.
could I could totally just like ask you a ton of questions about
Feel
the
free.
impetus for like an expanded universe or
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean like I don't I don't know how much you actually want to get into that.
I'm down to give it a shot.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
probably be like discovering some things myself in real time, but we'll
yeah.
see.
Let's talk about it. I mean, like, so okay, so um, you have started to kind of like create this cast of characters for yourself, and then you also have like stylistically these environments, and the thing about it is that with each thing that you post, it just kind of like adds more and more to it, and that's just like something that I've never considered in regards to kind of like a personal kind of creative endeavor.
Yeah.
And and I guess like I assume that it happened naturally, but like where was the moment where you just kind of decided that that's what you were going to do for yourself?
Well,
Yeah.
hey, guess what? We can pull up the old. Uh, oh wait, I gotta. Am I sharing my screen with y'all yet or no?
No.
All right, let me do that real quick. But yeah, I mean, go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
Okay. Um, kind of lost my train of thought.
My bad.
Yeah. So I guess around the time. So part of I got a big factor I think in sort of like having the desire to have everything live in one universe is because like aside from 3D work, I have a lot of other like creative pursuits that are like a pretty consistent part of my life, which is like what I organize my entire, lived experience around is being an artist, I guess. And um I think one goal of having everything live under the same umbrella of like one creative universe is so that everything can kind of make sense together because I make music too, and I'm doing a lot of other things like I do 2D art as well, and just I don't know, I make a lot of things, and so um, when they all kind of are allowed to exist in one space, like that sort of unifies everything in that way. And I think my thought process of that was I kind of like decided that that was an intention, like a specific intention when I was making Not Heaven with my friend Max, who's in the chat right now, Max Whale, or he was, I think he's still in the chat.
You mean the
Um,
interactive music experience, not
yeah,
heaven?
so we made a video game together. It came out in October of 2018. Um, and that was also around the time that I was like really sort of learning 3D art and getting to a point where I felt like confident and comfortable with it. Um, and so yeah, like that was sort of a practice or like an example of how things that things that I do can collectively exist under the same space. Um, and outside of that, I just think for me in my experience of like um, consuming media when there is like a platform or an artist or whatever that is able to create another universe, I think for me that's had those like a full universe that's been developed in whatever form of media for me has been the most impactful
Yeah.
um, from like the side of the audience, you know.
Yeah. So
Like video games, for example, like just for like a big like examples like the Nintendo universe stylistically, I think has like a really powerful world built into it or built out of it. So
absolutely, and they all kind of like share like Zelda, like Mario characters can exist in Zelda
yeah,
universes and vice versa. Um, uh, so you've kind of like thought about a lot about like other artists that have been doing
sure.
that. Like, do you have any
Mobius, for
other?
example.
Yeah,
I love Mobius, like,
Mobius.
and I think just like using him as an example, like the world he built through his lifetime, like I think it has so much staying power because it is so like stylistically consistent. Like when you see an image, that's Mobius, you know. And I
Okay, I got
think
him.
one powerful aspect of having like a consistent, recognizably built universe is like I don't know the ability for that universe to become a parallel for our own, you know, and like
Mm.
share your observations or experiences through that world, you know, in a way that is maybe like more entertaining or easier to consume rather than just like especially things that may be difficult to deliver just like on the nose in our own reality, I guess.
So how would you kind of consider like um, how you feel about your work now that you've kind of built or started building this kind of shared universe for yourself, and how you felt about your work at the time before you made that conscious decision?
Yeah, I mean, I think essentially the output is the same. Um,
Yeah.
oh, my camera just died again, but I'll just keep talking. And I'll figure it out. But I think essentially like the output is the same. Um, but and I think for me like the idea of like building a creative universe, like for me I'm at the point where like it's still very young and it's new and I'm still like learning, figuring it out as I go. Like it's I feel like it's in the stages of like it's in like the baby stage of development. Like it's sort of just like I'm building out these characters and the assets that I know like live in the same place or the same world or whatever, but like I don't have any specific intentions for that yet.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. For me, it just like makes more sense to be creating in that way. I just feel like that way it gives me a way to explore without feeling like it's sort of frivolous, you know? Because
Yeah.
if I can explore in the same place, then like all those are like assets that I can still use for the same, without having everything need to exist in like different projects or whatever. Because I think it's frustrating to put a ton of time into like a project or whatever, and then like once it's done, it's just like everything you put into it is just like stored on a hard drive and stuck there.
Yeah, I could imagine that it's less frustrating for you now to come up with ideas.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you
like
can just
it doesn't feel like it's effort anymore. It just like happens naturally.
yeah, you just approach a space within this world, and you're just like, okay, this is somehow relating to something in my life or something in this world that I want to approach from a different perspective, and
Right.
then let's just make it like let's just have a dog holding up a heart that's holding up a rainbow with two stars.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I think the fun part of it too, like without having any real set intentions, is like I can kind of make up a storyline for things as they like come to exist. Like I think while I was making this image specifically, I kind of developed a thought that's like, um, this is my heart, and
Yeah.
sort of maybe the whole universe I'm building is just my body
Mm.
or something.
I've seen you, and
I
I know
don't.
you sketch a lot of your stuff. Do you have a sketchbook on
Yeah,
hand? Can you show us? Do you have anything
sure.
like really?
I think I have this sketch right here somewhere.
If it's not too hard to find, but I always admire and seeing
Yeah,
your
it's
sketchbook.
definitely like in my immediate vicinity. I just had to find it.
God, Peter, he's so cool. We got
He's so
he's just
cool.
so cool.
It's
God,
ridiculous.
I can't. Also, anybody in chat, if you have questions, feel free
I just
to
have like 100 of
drop it
these,
in.
and they're all like from different. I just gotta find the right one.
Yeah, if you have any questions, drop it in the chat, and we'll kind of do our thing. Yeah, no, Goyle Powder, he found that sketchbook. Remember, it was in Sam's bookshelf. It was in Sam's bookcase.
Yeah, my good friend Sam accidentally lost his sketchbook for a little while, and I was experiencing some pretty intense despair as a result. But then I got it back, and it was the best day of my life. So.
I actually have one of your stickers on my current sketchbook. Your little star
Oh
mace.
yeah, that's the mascot of my side brand called Health Dungeon.
Yeah, we could. God, you have so many facets. We could go into all of them if we
Yeah,
wanted to.
here's the original sketch for this
Oh wait, let
one.
me go to.
Oh, I can autofocus on my camera too.
Well, yeah, we'll go to the bigger view just to see it better. Yeah, that's dope. And I
Yeah,
mean,
you
that's
can
typically how
see.
you work, right? Is
Yeah, it is like
sketch to.
doodles, and then they when I like something happens that I like, I will develop it into 3D.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know if there's any. There might be like personal notes on here, but it's all good.
If anybody has a chance to screen cap that, do it.
Yeah, I drew this during Pictoplasma, I think.
It was a good time. Yeah. Do you want to talk about Health Dungeon at all?
Sure. So
You have a post, right? Don't you have a Health Dungeon post when you introduced it? Is it this guy?
maybe no, it's linked in my profile though. If you go up to the top, um, I guess this was more of a way for me to just like still be doing, using things that I do in 2D on surfaces, and I also was like a big goal of it was so not all my work is just like me sitting on a screen all day.
Right.
So I've been like in a screen printing studio making shirts and stuff just in my free time, and um yeah, just sort of an umbrella brand that lives under the in the wealthy relative universe. But I think part of what inspired this is I get really frustrated. I get all these like dumbass hype beast like t-shirt ads on Instagram that are all just like glamorizing depression and despair, and I hate that. I think it's foolish and dangerous to make like sadness into a fashion statement, not to like belittle anyone's lived experience. Like it's a very real thing to live through. But um, I don't
Like
know.
Doritos.
So
Sometimes you just need a
this
shirt
is
that just
sort
says Doritos.
yeah, Health Dungeon is sort of a response to that in some way, I guess.
But it's not just health dungeon. I think a lot of the times you're approaching your work in general from the point of view of like uh, positivity as the source.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a huge factor in my work. I think a lot about the idea of emotions don't necessarily need to be informed by anything, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Like something I pursue as a person is the idea that you can experience joy and that you don't have to like have any reason for that. You just can.
Yeah,
Uh, Not that that's necessarily an easy thing to do,
It's moment to moment, baby.
certainly, but I try to kind of inject that intention into my work when I can.
it's
Sort of
certainly it's certainly not easy for me. Like I definitely don't approach things from that. So
yeah,
it it's really like kind of inspiring to hear you talk about that as being um, just kind of like a driving factor. Like you really think about this, like about
oh yeah,
emotions and how how it can like inform a lot of things.
yeah. I think they inform everything you do. Unfortunately, it's a bummer. But I think, I mean, for me at least, that's in my own experience. Yeah, certainly. Um,
Yeah,
it's different for different people, of course, but
yeah,
um, but yeah, I
Do we?
feel like if people are going to experience what I make and it's going to affect them in some way, I'd want it to be in a way that doesn't encourage them to fall deeper into despair because there's enough of that in the world. So
Yeah.
totally.
Um, do we have? I did want. I guess maybe I'll ask this question before because we got to go to Instagram questions, and then if anyone in the chat has any questions, let us know. Also, how laggy is my audio? How laggy is our audio? Is our
it
audio like?
sounds good to me. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Is it delayed though?
I
I
think it's
guess is my
fine.
question. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
fine.
probably. I think my camera is a little delayed, but
I wanted to know about future projects and where Health Dungeon and Wealthy Relative are going. So like
okay.
future submissions, like what are things you want to achieve? I know we always talk and I'll bring up like a program or something and we'll both be like, "Oh yeah, I wish I was better at like ZBrush or Substance or
Yeah, I'd love to learn
um
ZBrush. I'm trying to get into Houdini too at some
what's
point.
like and I know do you want to do a short film? Do you want to make Wealthy Relative kind of like its own studio where people can come and get a variety of work from it? I know we have been talking about working together and we have some stuff in the works, but like,
Yeah.
I guess outside of that, do you have anything that you're looking forward to and any type of work you're looking forward to?
Um, think I'm kind of in a place in my life where I have zero plans, but maybe we're all
I think a
kind of in
lot
a
of us
similar
feel
place.
that way right now.
But yeah, I mean, I'm working on shorts. I have like a lot of ideas for shorts, and my goal is to be more organized with how I use my time to develop projects. But Health Dungeon, my goal there is to just be more collaborative. I'm trying to work with other artists. I did a shirt with uh, Blormpy, aka Noah Lawrence Holder. They made like a cool little creepy goblin shirt.
Oh yeah, I could
I
pull
think it's
that up.
pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna be putting out some more collaborative work through Health Dungeon soon, and that's just a place for me to explore visually
Hmm.
in a 2D sense. Um, yeah, I mean, my only goal is to just be like prolific, I guess, make as much as I can and share as much experience as I can, as an artist. But yeah, shorts for sure.
Yeah.
I have like a couple that I've like been working on and off for a while.
Got to get that dirt
Yeah,
bike
like as an
short.
animator, I just want to make my own shorts,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like, I don't think I don't ever want Wealthy Relative to be like a studio that's taking client work.
Mm-hmm.
That's never a goal. I think
It's
that's
completely
sort of
personal
the
work. Yeah.
opposite of, yeah. Um, and I'm always making music too.
Yeah, that's a
So
whole.
like I put out some
We haven't
singles
even
last
touched
month.
on that you have an entire rap career, and that's not
Yeah.
being said as like everyone's trying to be a rapper. Like you actually like work really hard at what you do, and
Yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
the fact that you're an animator and you're so well versed in audio is kind of messed up
It's a
because
benefit.
yeah,
It's
absolutely, and
nice.
because
It's a good skill
there's been
to
many
have.
times that I've called you at like the 11th hour and come over to your house and we've recorded audio, or I'm like, oh, like here's this Instagram post and I toss it your way and you're more than happy to drop audio in on that, and I think that's so sick.
Yeah.
Uh, we could like let's quickly touch on it and then we'll move on
Okay.
to like Instagram questions. But like, I mean, overall, like, how long you been rapping, and like, is that something you're gonna continue to do, right?
Absolutely, it's necessary for me it's like compulsory on some level. I just need to do it. So, um, I've been doing it, I don't know, 10 years. I mean, it's not always like a super consistent thing because I have a lot of creative outputs, but something I love very much. Yeah, for me, it's sort of the way where I can express my experiences the most directly and honestly. It's a place where I'm the most vulnerable creatively, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, and I'm always just doing it. I mean, the majority of things I write are just for me on my hard drive, and I just kind of put out a song here and there when I want to.
Yeah, you were doing
Hopefully, I mean, I have a record that's like I'll probably release soon. It's essentially been done for a long time, and I don't know.
oh, you do have like a new record that's just kind of chilling.
Oh, probably two, yeah.
Shit, I didn't even know that. You want to, but
Yeah, I make a lot of
you
music
want
that
to
no one
make a
ever
whole video
hears.
game before you release the next one, right?
Nah, that's too. Nah,
You don't want to make a video
it would
game
be
per.
tight. It would be tight,
Okay.
but I don't. It's a lot of
Oh
work.
yeah. Um. Oh, that's sick.
Very happy with not having those. Important experience for
Yeah,
me.
honestly, if anybody,
Shouts out to Max again.
notheaven.com is still up and running, right? Anyone can
I
hop
think
on there
so.
and.
At the very least, it's on Steam and it's on itch.io.
Oh yeah, okay. So
The website might still be up. If not, I'll probably fix it up pretty soon.
I'm gonna find out.
Got a lot of
But yeah,
URLs on the internet floating around.
go on Steam and or
Oh
yeah,
yeah, it's
Not
still
Heaven's
up.
still
Cool.
up. Check that game out. I played it. It's a lot of fun. There's like a fun little painting customization experience in it too. Like a lot of interactive stuff. Lots of great music videos. One also featuring Jake Huffcut. He helped out with it.
Shouts out to
Okay.
Jay Cuff Cut.
Yeah. Shout
Shouts
out to
out
Jake
to
Huffcut.
J Scott Kunkel, aka Scottify, on the final episode or the
Not
final
even.
music video.
There we go. Yeah. Not
And my
having
friend
is
Jordan, who filmed one of
still
the
up.
videos too. Jordan Rosenau. She lives in New York.
Sick. Peter, I can't use my phone because I'm using it as webcam. Are you able to look at
Yeah,
Instagram questions? And we could hit this one.
Oh, there's someone that
Yeah, we could
stream
hit this one from
and
chat.
on the Twitch.
Did you feel yourself fall into the game of followers and numbers on Instagram? The
Yeah,
classic
I think that's a
question.
good question.
Are you
No,
chasing
yeah,
clout?
you know, no, I sometimes it certainly has its influence. It certainly has its pressure. I think it's a little silly, um, but at the same time, like social media, Instagram for me specifically is like an incredible tool to find work,
hmm
and like make connections with other artists. So like it is an important resource, but like when it does. There have been times where I felt like it is informing the way that I create things, and I want to avoid that
Mm-hmm.
as much as possible because you know that's not why I'm doing it.
I think the functionality of Instagram kind of sets you up for failure in regards to that because, like, right at the top, you get the amount of posts that you have, the amount of followers that you have, and the amount of people that you're following. And so you're automatically just like looking
Yeah.
at those numbers and you're
Right.
seeing them and like internalizing them. I fall into the same trap. It's not necessarily something that I I don't necessarily make work for those people. I
Right. Yeah. I don't either.
I appreciate I appreciate when I get quote unquote quality followers in my brain. Like I perceive them as quality, like people that I look up to,
Sure.
and
Oh yeah. Of
that's
course.
like the one biggest trap that I kind of fall into, is just kind of like, I want cool people to like me. And
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Who does it? You know. I
yeah,
mean, for whatever reason.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. The other you saying that about the posts was something that I didn't really think about, and then I think like yesterday even I like opened mine up and I was like, oh my god, 400 some posts and I only have that many follow. Like that ratio is it's so
Yeah.
arbitrary and doesn't matter. And I feel like
Right.
I post so little, like because I'm much more interested in like a bigger short rather than a social media post, and it's like I'd like to do that more posts, but I think ultimately to each their own, and if your work does cater for it, that's great, and if it doesn't, you shouldn't like change the way and the work you want to make just because your work doesn't cater to Instagram's like algorithm.
Right. I think that's a huge pitfall of just like existing as an artist on a social media platform, especially using that as like a main platform to, you know, dispense your work to people, is it encourages you to compare yourself
Hmm.
to other artists in that way too, which, you know, if that's a motivator, then that's great. If it's not, then it's not a worthwhile thing to do, I
Right.
think. And for me, just like, I don't know, it's I think when that's the only place that your art exists, it sort of like reduces it
Hmm.
and compresses it into something smaller than it could be. Um,
Tight.
yeah, so you know,
Totally agree.
I do a goal of mine, or just something that's like a constant intention, is to exist beyond just posting.
Don't conform to the algorithm. Fight the algorithm.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's share our posts. Let's take down
yeah, I
the
mean,
algorithm.
ultimately, Instagram is a tool that by the people who own it, like it exists to advertise and to sell things.
Most
And if that
definitely.
wasn't happening on the platform, it wouldn't exist. And I think that's the important thing to remember. So,
Hey, do we want to become famous? We can
yeah.
buy
hell yeah,
power.
I
We can.
totally want to
yeah.
become famous.
Yo, speaking
Fame
of
is my
this
only
conversation
goal.
we're just having, let's get. I want to become famous. Sick. Ray wants to know what
Ray
soap you use
asked
in the
me what kind
shower.
of soap I use in the shower.
Yeah.
I usually use this zinc soap that I buy online, but I feel weird ordering a ton of stuff on the internet right now. So I bought because I get acne sometimes on my back, and the zinc soap helps. I also sometimes get a rash on my chest, and the zinc soap helps that. But right now I'm using some lilac soap that I bought from Fresh Time grocery store, and it smells pretty good.
Ray is also the only person that asked anything on Instagram, and he said, "Why is Dan so hot?"
I cannot answer that question.
I can answer that question.
Shouts out to God.
It's your charm, it's your height, and it's because of God made you that way.
Hell yeah.
No, there's more
Max
questions on
asked me,
Instagram.
how is freelancing?
Yeah.
What are the
How is
easy parts and
freelancing
the
going?
hard parts? Freelancing is good. I am very lucky to have consistent work right now. Um, so it's going well for me personally. Hard parts are it's difficult to find work sometimes. It's you never know if you're gonna have money in the future. I've gone broke before, so that's always a bummer. But you know, you just work through that. Um, Hard to stay focused working from home sometimes, for
Yeah.
sure. You know, especially right now.
How do
So
you manage procrastination?
I do not do it very well.
Hey, want to play Halo?
Yeah, I play a lot of Halo Reach. Um, I don't know. You know, as long as you meet the deadline, I'm not. I'm a procrastinator for sure.
Yeah,
Uh, Drink a lot
same.
of coffee. You know,
Oh yeah, coffee.
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that because
Coffee
I
helps
am
with me
certainly a
for sure.
procrastinator. But
Which short film / video games do you love or have an influence on what you do?
There's a lot.
Give us one video game and if you have one in mind, one short film.
I'm trying to think of something that'll make me sound cool and
No,
not
don't do
boring.
that. Whatever comes to your head when you hear that first thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Everything in the Nintendo universe, I think, is pretty obvious that it has like a heavy influence on my work. Uh, just like cute things in general. Um, I think I'm pretty influenced by like fantasy games, fantasy universes. Skyrim's a big influence on
There
me
it
in
is. It's
some
Skyrim.
ways. Skyrim, that's a small game. Um,
Any
a lot
short
of like
films?
Sega Genesis games have had a huge influence on me, especially like color palette wise. Like the Lion King game for Sega Genesis.
Oh yeah.
Comics Zone, if anyone's heard of that. I think uh, Toe Jam and Earl Panic on Funkotron. It was the second Toe Jam and Earl game for the
Hell
Sega
yeah.
Genesis. That was a huge influence on me in a lot of ways, musically and otherwise. In that game, there's like this mini game where you like play hip hop beats on your controller, and I think that was like my first experience making music and on any level as like like a 4 or 5 year old. Um, so yeah, like old Sega Genesis games that have had, and this is like the colors in the old like 16-bit game or 32-bit. I don't know what that is, but um, I don't know. Yeah, I've been thinking about like where my color palettes have come from recently, and I think that's a big factor. Like everything's like very bright and saturated, but controlled still. Like there's a lot of colors happening, but it's like in a controlled way. And I think I kind of pull from that. And the same thing kind of happens in a lot of like I don't know, like the cartoon shows that happened in like the early to late 90s to like late 2000s on like Cartoon Network. Very like bright. I mean, probably still now, but I don't know.
It was a
Kind
good
of rambling.
time. What is your favorite nut in this year of the nut?
Cashew. I said that
What's
on the last stream.
Cashew.
what's your
Cashew is
celebrity
the goat nut.
look-alike?
Okay,
We're
so
going rapid fire.
as a young man,
We're gonna
as a
play the episode
teenager,
at
I
8,
was
by the way,
consistently
when
told that I look like Michael Cera and act like him. I don't know if that's necessarily true anymore,
I've had that.
but
I feel
maybe a
it.
little bit. I'm a gangly man, you know.
Wow, Ray says this is his favorite television live stream yet. Peter, what else we
Yeah,
got?
cashew nuts, the goat. Half cashew, half almond milk with the pea protein is the
Yo,
best nut milk in the
you put
game.
me onto that shit, and I'm eating some
It's
like
delightful.
you eat it with cereal, and you feel like you're getting like an extra dose of just like
Right. I
of
drink it after I do push-ups,
yeah.
and now I'm cut.
Oh, what else we got?
Yeah, I don't have anything.
No, there's a lot more on
I'm still
Instagram.
vegan. Yes. I've been vegan for like 5 months, 6 months.
That's cool.
Wait, really? I thought it was
Yeah.
longer than that.
It was like I was like on and off. I was vegetarian for like years before that, but I've been like fully vegan for like 5, 6 months,
Hell yeah, brother.
maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. I didn't like have like a date that I decided. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, everyone should watch the documentary called Dominion on YouTube.
But I'm scared.
You should be.
It's gonna change me, and I'm scared
Scary
of
thing.
change.
If it does change you, then you should watch it. Obviously, you know. It might have been longer. I don't know.
I could try it. I could give it a try.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
definitely-
worthwhile
You
to
definitely
know.
influenced me on some like vegan choices, which is always fun. I mean, like I've definitely dived into a lot more.
Yeah, I think it's just important to be. Obviously, like it's impossible to be an ethical consumer entirely, but I don't know. It's good to be informed about like how industries function.
Mhm.
Obviously, like beyond food and animal agriculture, there's a lot of awful shit that happens in every industry, but whatever. Max asked me what I'm doing instead of climbing because everything's shut down and I can't climb anymore. I like rock climbing a lot. I've just been doing workouts in my bedroom.
You have
So
you got a little mini rock wall in your bedroom you're climbing
no,
up?
I have one dumbbell and I have one kettlebell
Mm, mm-hmm,
and I have a yoga mat. So
mm-hmm.
I've just been doing stretches and
How does being vegan
picking stuff up.
influence your work?
I don't think it really does in any way.
Okay, good.
Sort of, yeah, sort of like a just just what I eat. It doesn't really inform my life in many other ways.
Peter, we got any more cues from Instagram, or we good?
No, it's empty.
What? No, there was like a bunch of them.
There's no questions. There was no question. Oh, look.
Onion Man.
Oh, there were questions.
Yeah, I remember there were some good ones. I just can't look at them right now.
What's up, YouTube? Hope everyone's feeling good.
What's the best dream you ever had?
All right, that's a good question. So I have this one from high school that I remember very vividly. I hope this isn't too long-winded, but it was a dream I had after I got home from high school and I took a nap in my bedroom. In the dream, I woke up in the bedroom that I was in, but there was like a big, like wooden case, like a big like wardrobe in the middle of the bedroom, and I walked up to it and opened it, and it was full of like cool swords. I picked up one of the swords and just kind of like put it on my belt, as one would. Uh, picked one, and then I walked over to a window that would not normally be there in actual reality, but it was sort of, I don't know the name for it, but the windows that kind of like come out a little bit and you can sit on them. One of those.
Yeah.
And um, on the window there was like a little velvet black box, like a little one, and I walked up to it and I picked up the box and I opened it up and there's like a tiny golden trumpet in the box. Um, I pick up the trumpet and like kind of look at it, and then like the horn of the trumpet opens up and it like expands around my body, and then I'm in just like full darkness, and then I wake up. That's the whole dream. It was really cool.
Dang. It's a good dream.
I want that dream.
Yeah, that one was good. That was probably like
If
10
I
years
call
ago.
you later tonight, will you recite that to me right as I'm falling asleep so that I can like
Okay.
sink into it? Okay.
Yeah, why not? I have other ones too. I used to keep a dream journal. I got really into dream journaling a while ago, and
have you kept it up?
No, but I'm trying to get back into it. Hopefully, yeah.
Do you plan on making any more games like Not Heaven?
Hopefully, I have one that I was working on a while ago. That was like, yeah. I'm not actually gonna talk about it because it's like totally not ready to. But yeah, I have one that I'm working on that I haven't touched in quite a while. But yeah, I want to keep making games for sure.
Yes is a good answer.
Yeah.
Jake asks, how do I also
What's up,
become
Jake?
a noble paladin?
Jake Huffcut,
Yeah.
gotta work on your ethics, my man.
Oh shit!
No,
Called
I'm just
out.
kidding. Jake is an ethical, beautiful, noble young man.
Aggressive.
He's a sweet boy. Yeah, just think about what you do. Willpower.
Find your way.
Resilience. Very
Yeah.
important.
Your values.
Sure. Values
them
and
out.
value.
Hmm,
Think about that.
I am.
What animation events or festivals do you recommend worldwide? I don't know. Pictoplasma? I feel like y'all might be able to answer that better than me. I'm not as plugged in as I know Michael is, at least.
I'm definitely not plugged in.
Yeah. I know. I just Picto is cool. Pictoplasma.
Blendfest was really cool. Tickets sold out really fast, and they did it. They were doing it every other year. They're probably not going to do it this year, but keep an eye out for that. That's like motion graphics. Otherwise, Picto sounds really cool in Berlin. Would have liked to go to that, but that's postponed, and I'm not sure if it's canceled. But was going to go to Glass. Glass sounds sick. Yeah, so Glass and Picto, I think, are like two indie and on the more experimental side. There's also Animation Block Party in New York, and that's just to name like a few. So I'm trying to check out more festivals in like the future. So, but right now is not the time.
Me too. It's a goal. Yeah.
Peter, we got any more? We got any more in the chamber?
Yeah.
Let's pick one more. We'll do one more question, and then we're gonna play the
Ooh.
episode at 8. And it's been a real pleasure. So pick.
Yeah, what a dream.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun.
What a
I
dream
think
come true. I
we've
love
definitely just like
television.
kept going, and I'm surprised people are still here hanging out. Happy that
Television
people
changed
are
my life. I
sticking
gotta
around.
be honest.
Yo, same here though, for
Very
real.
Good.
very positive experience in my life. I love it.
Good. I'm glad. I definitely like, you know, the ethos of television is definitely not as positive as your work, and I think your work kind of
Yeah.
like gives this wonderful kind of like peppering of positivity across
you.
everything.
Yeah, I think it's important for the dark work to have a platform as well. So
Yeah.
it's great that television accepts all work with open arms. I love that.
Yeah. What kind of snacks do you eat while working?
While working,
You do be eating
Yeah.
snacks. We be
I'm
chatting,
a
and you'll just
snack
be like,
boy
"I'm
for sure.
eating some oat
I got some Life
bran."
cereal right here, the
There we
original
go.
one. I'm really into lemon Oreos.
Ooh, lemon Oreos.
I got some peanut butter filled pretzels. These are pretty good. Lemon Oreos are the goat Oreo. A lot of people will disagree with that, but they're very good.
Mm.
The cookies are vanilla. They're like lemon. They're not like chocolate Oreos with lemon. That's gross. That's
Damn.
all I
Okay.
have around my desk, so I guess those are my favorite.
One more
I also love
question.
sweet spicy chili Doritos, the purple bag. It's the only
Ooh.
vegan Dorito flavor.
Ooh. One more question. If you had to be a yak for 3 years, but you get
Oh, no.
3 million after, would you
Yeah.
do it?
Yes, I would do it for less than that. I might do it for free.
100%.
So I would also become a peanut, and I encourage anyone to consider whether they would become a peanut for one day.
Well, is there a potential that you'll get eaten if you're a peanut?
Guaranteed you will survive the experience.
Okay.
That's
No
not
other
bad.
guarantees.
It's not bad at all.
For a day?
One day you become a peanut, you're on a desk.
I'd be kind of down with that.
Nice.
Personally.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ram.
Kind of.
The ram one is great. I would absolutely become a ram for 3
Yeah,
years.
I think that one's maybe even better.
Yeah.
A yak.
This is.
Yes.
I would like to know what it's like to live the life of a yak. It might be bad.
Who knows?
Peanuts grow underground, is that true?
Whoa. Hey, Lila, we'll get you on the stream soon. We'll interview you.
Yeah, we will.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you, Dan, so much for
This is
participating
fun.
in this. I
Yeah,
know
I've
you're
never streamed on Twitch before. This is pretty
you're a
cool.
big television contributor, and I've always been inspired by your work. I do see you as a rival, and
Likewise, King.
we do have some projects that we've been kind of collaborating on, or at least like scheming on, and hopefully we get to work on those in the near future. Look forward to your future contributions, and I think it's fair to say, it's not a spoiler to say that you are doing one of the intros for Curse versus Bless. I'll let the audience figure out which one you're doing, and you kind of just like ripped that thing out and sent it to us, and it was great. And I think it's gonna be a great show. I've seen what you've been doing for Curse versus Blessed, and it rocks. Is there any send off last little thing you'd like to say to your fans?
You know, stay cool. Stay safe. Stay strong. Live your life with the intention of joy if you can. I don't know.
I think that's perfect. I think that